that top end, and as you come down into the grandstand arena, it kind of funnels a little bit more, and it kind of smooths off a bit in that funnel. Generally, it'd be a bit quicker. So we're into the K2 men's 1000. The Canadian boys, lane 1, had a flyer in the semi-final the other day. They got fastest third to qualify for the final. Lithuanian boys, lane 2, Ricardus and Andre. The Aussie boys, Kenny and Lockie. Kenny coming from the K1, specialising into K2 with Lockie, who paddles in K1 200, up against the German powerhouses of Max Rentschmidt, Marcus Gross.
Yeah, they're the world champions at the moment, so it's going to see how they go.
Not to discount the Serbian crew of Marco and Vladimir.
Well, they look really good so far this week, so they're going to be difficult to meet. Then we have Russians, Rykov and Medvedev, the youngsters who've been 5 or 6 years ago. They were on top form, aren't they? They were born in 1983 and 79.
The Belarusian crew is Ali Urenia and Pavel Miadzvedza. They're taking a risk, I guess, putting Ali Urenia in the K2 and the K4. He is the European K1 champion, but he didn't contest that, so he said the boat is going really well, the K2 and 4, so obviously...
Well, they won the K2 silver medal last year, didn't they?
It's happening for them. And then you've got the Hungarian crew, lane 8, and the Slovakian crew in lane 9.
15 years difference between the Hungarians. Roland Kukeni, who is the Olympic champion, and Tibor Hufnel, who actually is the world champion, the world under-23 champion, changed his partners here.
Fast start, Kenny and Lockie from Australia, top of screen in front, lane 3. It's the Serbs at the moment. Or the Russians.
Pictures on our Russians, who I say have been around an awful long time now, and they've got a great pedigree.
The Slovaks in lane 9, Slovakian crew, been training with the Australian boys in Solnok in Hungary, so they know how each other race, but on the other side of the course, Kenny, being the K1 paddler of tradition, this is a new crew. We've been paddling together for about 5 or 6 weeks in K2, so they recorded a very quick time the other day and looking to have a good result today.
And certainly taking it out fast. But at the bottom we have the Slovaks with Vlajček and Tar. They're also looking good.
Yes, Slovakia are probably the biggest competition at the moment. You can't rule out the Germans, the Serbians.
The Australians, this is their tactic to hold on, go on fast and then see what happens? Or?
That's it. It's kind of a trend at the moment, but...
Well, Kenny knows how to finish, doesn't he? So it's going to be a case of you just put him out there and tell him to go.
That's it. Well, they've got a bit of pace next to them by the Lithuanian guys pushing them along, and they can see the Slovakian guys over here, lane 9, but they look so strong, the Slovakian boys, you just don't know if they can hold on. Lockie being in the backseat of the Australian K2, he's traditionally a sprinter of the K1 200, and they're actually going really well at 500. I think they did a 131 then, 132.
Well, it's Australia from the Slovak Republic, and the Slovaks, they actually came third in Brandenburg, so they certainly know how to get a medal in high competition. But there's some good other competitors out there. It's going to be interesting to see if Belarus can come back, Russia.
Can't rule out the Lithuanians in lane 2 either. The Slovakian boys are paddling well, they're strong, so efficient. And they've had a lot of time together, so that's
the Slovakians,
experience.
32 and 35 years old. They know how to make this boat go. Obviously, often partner with Peter Geller. But let's see how it comes up. We've got 300 meters to go, and it's still quite a few boats in it, aren't they? It's certainly not over yet.
It hasn't been stretched out too much. The Slovakian boys, I think, are still in front, lane 9, bottom of screen.
Australia's still up there.
Aussie boys are going to want to have a kick pretty soon, but the Slovaks have countered that and gone again themselves. Lane 8, the Hungarians are still in the mix. Lane 2 with the Lithuanians.
Well, we're down to the last 160 metres, and it's still not over. It's Slovakia from Australia.
The Slovaks have 1.3 in front of the Aussies as they come into the last of 150. Kenny's going to go. Lockie's going to go. The Slovaks are going. The Germans are coming.
They've done this so often. The Germans decide to wake up in the last 100 metres, but it's going to be really close. Slovakia from Australia. We have Germany coming on strongly.
Come on, Aussie, come on. Go again.
And the Serbs also really close.
It's a fast finish. The Slovakians, lane 9, are going to take the win.
Slovakia take it.
Australia second. Yeah, the boys, and the Serbians taking the bronze. That's
a real surprise. The Germans, who dominated the Germans dominated most of the World Cup season.
What a win. The Slovakians did the hard yards by themselves out there, lane 9, not being pushed by any of the middle front runners, and they've got the win. So from third at Europeans to the behind the French and the Germans. They've taken the world title of K2 1000.
The France are going to be kicking themselves. They actually didn't make the final. They had the fourth fastest time out of everyone in the semi-finals, behind Australia and Slovakia.
So and that's the tough thing with kayaking. It's never on times because it always is changing. Well, it's never, it's not on times for that because it's always changing, and you just got to be up the front of each race that you're in and put yourself in the position to get across the line first. What a race. I think that's really exciting stuff for Lockie Tame in the back of that K2. Kenny Wallace, never has he medalled in a K2 or a team boat at Worlds, so
there's going to be some jumping around, I suspect.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of thought going into maybe they should spend a bit more time together, more than 4, 5, 6 weeks the last few weeks, and it's a great result. Great for Slovakia as well. They've got a great K4, the women's K2. They've got some good paddlers coming through, so tight finish on the line there, but the experience of Ken Wallace, I think, knowing how to race and being a racer, being the hungry,
and like Lockie coming from a different discipline, he's a winner though, isn't he? He knows how to win.
Lockie knows how to race for sure. It's probably about 750 metres longer than he'd like, but he can prove that he can paddle 1,000, and the times that come in, it's quick. It's a 3:08 for the win, 3:08.744.
Hey, that's satisfaction from Slovakia, gold medal. So the actual good about today from a neutral point of view is that the medals have been mixed around quite nicely.
Yeah, that's it. It's not totally dominated by one nation. So here's
Slovakia,
the times.
Australia, Serbia, 3:08.
Tight for the silver, bronze, and back to Germany, Hungary, Lithuania, the Canadian boys, Belarus, and the Russian rounding out the top 9. So it's a hot field. It's great to see the Aussie flag up there. Very biased, but it's great to see them up the top.